Hello everyone, a little video here looking at recent air defense losses of Russia's which have been shared in the past few days or so. This first video playing now shows a Strela 10 short-range SAM system being destroyed by Ukrainian artillery. The video is a bit choppy, so it isn't high quality. It shows a Strela 10 being monitored by a spotter drone near Severodonetsk. The Strela then comes under an artillery bombardment by Ukraine. A surprise really to see Ukraine use artillery rather than drones here, but maybe it was a bit further back out of drone range. We'll see when we get to geolocation. The area is hit multiple times and we see a flash of a direct hit on the Strela 10 near the end of the video as well. The geolocation of this one was done by Dominic on Twitter and is on screen now. So, the Strela was parked up near this cluster of trees by the red marker. You can see that this is near Severodonetsk and Lysychansk if we zoom out. On deep states, you can see that this is in a key area, the Seversk axis, where Russia is pushing at the moment. The Strela 10 only has a max range of 6.9 kilometers, and that's for the rarer, newer missiles. The most common ones, the older ones, have just a 5-kilometer range, so the coverage of a Strela isn't great. These can't cover the front lines from here, as seen on this little map here. So this is likely a first line of defence to protect areas to the rear, seeking out spotter drones scouting the area or attack drones targeting Russia's artillery systems and MLRS systems of the like. This one didn't do a very good job of it, as it was unable to protect even itself. This is here on Ukraine's eastern front. Before we check on numbers for the Strela, I have a second video shared by Ukraine's 150th Reconnaissance Strike Battalion here, showing the destruction of another Strela 10. This is a pretty cool one. A Shark UAV monitoring it as it moves along the road when it's then hit by drones. We don't see the strike itself, but we do see the cook-off, and it's a very impressive one, showing missiles pinging here, there and everywhere. Surprisingly, the Strela 10 does technically survive this strike. We see it move back towards the road, but the crew abandon it and run for the hills. The guy at the front looks like he's not going to stop running until he reaches Moscow. So, this Strela damaged to such a degree it was abandoned, so effectively, for all intents and purposes, destroyed. This one's finished. I don't have an exact geolocation for this, but I found after a bit of digging that the 150th who hit this Strela are based near Pokrovsk. This is a key area at the moment as well. This area heavily contested this year, with Russia pushing hard to advance on the city of Pokrovsk and Ukraine defending it well. Ukraine even launches some short-scale counterattacks to push Russia out of some areas here, notably Kotlina recently, shown in blue on deep states, which has changed hands a few times already. Here, a little photo of a Strela 10. It's a short-range SAM system mounted on an MTLB chassis. 55 of these are destroyed and damaged so far, according to War Spotting. The most recent of them back in April. So, these are a bit rarer than other Russian SAM systems. Russia had 300 in service at the start of the war, so a big chunk of the Strela 10 fleet is gone. The 150th also shared a second video playing now. This one shows our Osa SAM system being damaged. This isn't high quality footage, but you can see as the drone is filming, already there's smoke coming from the Osa. So, must have been a past strike that hit it. The radar is still spinning, so despite the damage, it is still active and the crew start to move off. As we do so, a drone zooms in, and then there's a second strike on the Osa. It does survive as it continues moving off, but is damaged. No geolocation for this one, but again, this is the same unit, the 150th, so this would also be near the Pokrovsk region, and so in a key area. Here's a photo of the Osa. It's another mobile short-range SAM system, a short-range one. These have twice the range of a Strela 10 however, about 12 kilometers. 31 of these are up on Oryx and War Spotted so far. Russia had 100 in active service at the start of the war, but more in storage, said to be around 150. So, we do still have plenty of these to go around. But they are quite rare seen in Ukraine, they're not used all that often. Let's move on. This video clip here shows the destruction of a Buk M3 SAM system, an Imbir Radar system, and a Pantsir S1 SAM system. The Pantsir is the most impressive footage because the Pantsir tries to intercept the spotter drone, but misses, to the surprise of no one. It is a near miss admittedly, but a near miss is still a miss. The missile whistles just past the drone. There's a cut of a video and we see Ukraine's drone chasing down the Pantsir about to hit it on the rear. The next one we see is the Buck, by the side of the road being hit. This is a Buck M3, the newest Buck variant. Just before the Buck, we have a fox sighted, seen running across the road, so one for the wildlife enthusiasts here. Finally, at the end of the video clip, the targeting of an Imbir Radar. This is part of the S300 system. This one is a bit more inconclusive to me because the drone feed cuts out early, before it appears to actually impact the target vehicle. I do have to wonder if this one, the drone was jammed and so missed the target. But it is an interesting video still. This one is from Zaporizhia in Ukraine's south. Unfortunately, I don't have an exact geolocation for these again. It is described as being a GUR operation, however. That means Ukrainian intelligence rather than a specific army unit. The video footage seen here brings to mind the same style of footage we've seen from attack drones launched by Ukraine's marine drones. As we don't have a geolocation, I can't fully confirm that, but it could be the case that these are launched by the marine drones. One of the targets, the Imbir Radar, does back this up, as these are S300 radars which would typically be deployed quite far back. Let's go through the numbers now. On screen, a photo of a Pantsir S1. Russia, for some reason, regards this system quite well, often deploying it to defend key assets. It's these which Putin entrusts to defend his palaces. There's around a dozen of these Pantsirs protecting each. We also see these often deployed in Moscow as well to provide short-range air defense. I'm not sure why Russia trusts it because, as seen in the video here, they're pretty useless and incapable of intercepting anything smaller than an airliner. This one was a near miss, but as mentioned, a near miss is still a miss. 33 Pantsirs have been destroyed so far, 116 were in service at the start of the war. But considering we still see these widely deployed in and around Moscow and Putin's palaces and key targets, such as the Crimean Bridge, Russia must still have a good number of these delivered since, as there's no real sign of shortage of them. Unlike the Buck, where we are definitely seeing signs of a shortage. A photo of a Buck is on screen now, and the Buck seen in the video was the newest version of a Buck launcher, the Buck M3. Around 120 Bucks of all variants have been destroyed or damaged so far in the war. Russia had 310 in service at the start of the war, and an estimated 100 in reserve. These are Russia's only mid-range SAM system, so the loss of these has led to a sizable gap in Russia's mid-range SAM network. And it's likely one of the reasons why we've seen such a big uptick in Ukrainian airstrikes recently. The MiGs and Su-27s and F-16s which Ukraine launches AASM Hammer glide bombs from are typically launched from potentially within range of the mid-range systems like the Buck. And Ukraine has hit these a lot lately, with around a dozen destroyed in May, plus around 5 more damaged or destroyed in June, which has led to gaps in the air network. There has been some evidence of S300s being moved close to fill the mid-range SAM system role. An S300 destroyed by FPV drones not long ago, which may be why the Imbir Radar, a photo on screen now, was hit, if Russia moved the battery closer to the front lines than usual. These are a key part of the S300 system as well. An S300 battery has many launchers, so it can still operate if 1 or 2 launchers get destroyed, but we only have one of each type of radar. Target acquisition radar and the detection radar. This one is the target acquisition radar. So take a radar offline and the S300 battery or the launchers can't operate. However, remember in this video, the drone feed did cut out before the hit on the S300, so this one is still up in the air as to whether this was a successful hit on the radar or not. So that's it for this video. Hope you found it interesting. If so, please click like and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Now, I'm going to play a video from the Ukraine Volunteer Centre about the ongoing fundraiser with them. Thanks so much and take care, everybody.
Hello everyone. We have all seen what happened to the Russian warplanes. It showed that Ukraine is very strong. Believe and support us and we will win this war. Sumy region, one of the hottest area of the front. Our assault units are working here, quickly, accurately, to the limit of their capabilities. But now they critically lack the simplest thing, car. We are announcing a new urgent fundraiser for the assault brigade for 2 reliable off-road vehicle. We need them not for the future, but right now to go on missions, evacuate the wounded, and deliver supplies. They know how to use these cars. All they want is for them to get to them. The foundation is raising 18,000 for 2 prepared off-road vehicles. We don't chase the picture, we only take what really works on the front line. We know what is needed on the front line. No unnecessary words, no show. Each transfer is critically for the needs of a specific unit. The summit direction is a risk zone. The enemy is constantly looking for a weakness. Their mobility is lives. It's a chance to get in and out. This is a chance not to lose people. Now is the moment when an off-road vehicle can solve more than armor. That's why we are turning to you.